Alright everyone, and today we have a bit of a different video. I've been getting a lot of people telling me lately that they want to see more unedited content, stuff like that with just a bit more in it. So we're going to be doing a new series of how to get rank 1 throughout every single killer. We're going to start off with Wraith. I'm going to just tell you the layout for the video and how it's going to work for the whole entire series. So skip ahead if you're not interested in that, but please do stick around if you are, because it would mean the world to me. So basically how this series is going to work right now is I'm going to have one kit of perks, which is going to be basically standard. So if you're trying to main the killer from the start of the game and do the best you can, I'm going to go ahead and do a build, explain why I'm using those perks and what they'll do for you. And I'll sort of explain what perks are the best on the killer and just run another build using other perks that you could try as well. And then I'll just explain the best perks for them, what ones you're going to use to want to push to rank 1, and then we're going to go into the game. I'm going to run over my mindset, one game with this build, one game with the other build, and then I'm going to run over my mindset with both the builds in the game, fully unedited content, and we're just going to try and increase your killer IQ, increase your game sense, try and make you a better player at every killer in the game, and just overall better at mind games, better at looping, better at pressure on the map, and everything like that. I'm not the best player in the world, but I've got to rank 1 pretty much every single season that I've played. So I'm hoping I can help you guys do that, whether you're new, whether you're stuck, or whether you're trying to do it with a new killer for the first time. So please do like if you enjoy this, and subscribe if you want to see more of these types of videos, because I'm going to be putting a lot of time into making these ones, and I really hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so the first thing we're going to go over is just the basic perks that you can use on Wraith. Maybe you haven't got any DLCs yet, you've decided to main him, and you want to push as high as you can so you can get as many blood points when the season inevitably resets very soon. So I'm going to go over the perks that you can use that are really strong right now, that are free, and also you can look at his teachable perks or his shareable perks now, but none of them are really see play on Wraith himself. Shadowborn is probably the best one out of the 3 of them, but that doesn't see much play at all. It mainly sees play on Blight, which is pretty strong and people love it there. So we're going to go over these main perks here, and then we're going to go over some better perks for him and a different build as well. Alright, so another perk to mention that isn't on the screen right now is Bitter Murmur. It's quite good for him. You can sneak up on people when they finish a gen, and it will give you some info throughout the game. But if you're having struggles getting people to hooks, there's a lot of altruistic teams out there. Maybe Iron Grass will be good for you. It's always a good perk to have, and it will stop you from having to worry about that sort of thing most of the time. So we've also got Fearmonger, which is a really nice perk. It's going to keep them exhausted and blind after they get off a gen for 5 seconds. So if they're sprinting after they get off a gen, they're still going to be exhausted, so they're not going to be able to use that dead hard, that light, that balance landing, or that sprint burst. So this will help you get those hits right after a gen and just start the chase off with a bang. So it's really nice for him. It's actually one of the best perks for him probably, because you can sneak right up to the gen and then they can't sprint burst away or anything like that because of this effect. So even if you had all the perks, you could definitely consider running this one either way. It's a great perk. Next up, we've got Jolt, which is absolutely insane right now. So lucky for you guys, there's a lot of good perks that are out right now, just in the standard kit, Jolt being one of them. So if you put a survivor down in the dying state with a basic attack, that's all that Wraith has, so it happens every time. So if anytime you put a survivor down into the dying state with Wraith, within a 32-meter radius, gens will explode, give you a notification, and lose 7% progress. So that's really nice, gives you a bit of info, kicks gens back, and if you down someone in the area they were working on their gen, that one's going to knock that back and just start regressing their gens for you as well. So it's a great perk, and great on Wraith too. And the last one we have is Sloppy Butcher. It's a great perk on pretty much everyone in the game, but it can be really utilized on Wraith as well. You're going to just hit someone, and maybe you're going to cloak up, go get someone else, or you can stalk their blood, and just having people injured around the map is going to help you because you're a stealth killer. You're going to be able to hear them, and it's really, really useful. So one of the best perks in the game for just in general, and just the base kit. So next up we have the add-ons. Now his add-ons don't matter too much. I wouldn't recommend really any of the brown ones. Maybe you could run this one if you want, or maybe this one. But for the most part, you're going to be looking at the uncommon ones. They're where they get really good. So you've got uncloaking speed. You've got uncloaking speed, increases cloaking speed. So after you've finished a chase, or after you want to do something, you want to move around quicker, cloak back up just a bit quicker. And then you've also got movement speed while cloaked. So those are the main ones just there that you're going to want to focus on. They're pretty easy to get. They're not too overpowered, and they're just going to help you throughout the match, just consistently, just give you that extra power that you're going to need. You don't need any high add-ons to get to rank 1. You can just stick with these ones or none if you want to. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. If you're spending blood points on him, then why not? But if not, then just don't worry about the add-ons. But they are quite powerful, and you will feel the difference when you're using them, especially the Swift Hunt ones. They are really nice, and even the ones that make you kick faster, like Shadow Dance. So yeah, be mindful of that. His add-ons are really great, but you definitely don't need them. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about some of the best perks for Wraith. Now, these aren't them. This is just what I'm going to run for this game. But some of the best perks are Barbecue Chili if you want consistent info. There's Pop Goes the Weasel, Pain Resonance. Call of Brine is really great now, no matter what. But in my opinion, this is what I would run. Save the best for last, maybe not, but I love that perk, and you can stack it up and get lots of value out of it. So this is the build I will be running for the year. If you have all the perks unlocked, or if you want to know what to unlock next, I would say get Legion if you really want, because he's great on everyone, and especially on Wraith 2. You can just sneak up, get a free hit, free down, and pressure them off a gen. So that's 2 people that you're wasting their time and pressuring them off a gen. That's why Discordance is great. So yeah, I'd recommend Legion. If you were looking for one person to get the teachable perks, Discordance comes from him, and it's great. Otherwise, Nurse has Thanatophobia and Nurse's Calling, which is great, and you can pair that with Slobby Butcher too. So that's a 2-in-1 kind of combo there. And then we've got a Pinhead perk, which has great perks too. You get Plaything, and this one as well. And then, of course, Save the Best for Last comes from Michael Myers. So these are all great perks for him, and the ones I mentioned before are great too. But yeah, Legion and Nurse are probably the ones you want to go for first. They're really simple to use, and they'll get you a lot of value throughout the entire game, especially in those lower ranks, and even when you climb up higher as well. All right. So that's the end of that. I'm going to jump into the first game with the basic build. I'm going to go through everything I'm thinking in my head. I'm going to explain everything as much as I can, and hopefully we'll get better and better every video that we post at explaining it and getting you guys to that rank 1 with whatever killer. Well, don't worry, we're not going to miss a single killer. We're going to do all of them. And without further ado, guys, jump straight into it. Please subscribe if you enjoy. It means the world to me. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of this month, and I'll see you guys in the first game. Alright, we're in on our first match, Macmillan Estate. Well, it's good to take note of the map, but just to mention it, this first game is a bit more for beginners, and the next one will be if you're really trying to ramp up that skill to reach rank 1 right away. Alright, so we're straight on someone here. We're going to uncloak and try and get a free hit if we can. Don't get faked at the window, and make sure you're accurate with your swings. I did hear someone just behind here. Alright, they're too far away. Wasn't sure how close they were. Okay, that's 2 people here. I'm gonna try. Again, you just need to play good. This guy's playing really well. So sometimes that's okay. You're just gonna have to leave the shack, because that's the strongest place to loop in the map. And if they know what they're doing, and you don't have bamboozle, something like that, they're going to loop you for quite some time. Alright, so we're on a different person here. We get nice and close. Uncloak. Use that speed to get up to them. Again, take your time with the swing. Don't need to panic if they've got nothing. Take the swing. And then recloak if they've made some distance and they're at a pallet. Right, she's not going to drop this pallet. So she's going to drop this one. So what you want to do is try and fake the uncloak so that you can kick it faster. We didn't successfully do that one today, but hopefully another time we can. And there you go. Swing through that pallet nice and quickly there to give you the best chance possible. Either way, you're getting lots of value. One way, you get the shack pallet down, and the other way, you get her down. So they're both pretty valuable as well. Don't take too many swings, though, because we do want to get her to the hook. Although we have Iron Grasp, we don't want to be too risky. We spent a lot of time with that kill, so we're going to need to get some value out of it. We're going to get in front of her here. Block the way. Get one free hit. Then you're going to need to decide if she's worth chasing or not. Now she tried to fake the window. Make sure you're holding down your M1 button, and we're going to hook her straight away. I should have looked into the wall there a bit more, but I wasn't worried about their flashlights because I know that they're going to be healing over by that last unhook. Okay, we're going to get her on the hook. Cloak straight back up. And then try and hear anyone that's injured or find where they are. Okay, right here. I didn't even realize they were right in front of me. It's one free hit. It's good to get Sloppy Butcher going on more people, but I want to pressure him if he's going to go back for the save again. She didn't block, so he's going to go down now for sure. And she, unless she has off the record, which she doesn't, because we can hear her grunts, she's going to go down too. Oh, she must have had Dead Hard. She didn't make it anywhere, so we're going to get her down a second time. And that's Jolt activated. I'm going to look into the tree and put her on a hook. Once again, when you hook someone, instantly cloak back up for that extra speed. And speed burst when you come out of it. Okay, we're going to uncloak now so we can get him on the hook. Make sure we're looking around while we do that. Alright, so they've just unhooked now. So I think they've learned their lesson and they won't be healing right on top. Yep, we've seen them move to the right. So we're going to try and cut them off if we can. It's a shame we found the same girl to tunnel, but if you're trying to make it to rank 1, you don't really care who dies. You just care that you get the win. Okay, she's trying to make us respect these pallets. I'm going to get her down there. Make sure to pick her up instantly right now, so we have the best chance at not getting pallet stunned. Okay. Going to try and centralize this hook to where they're doing the gens. There's no one on that gen and no one in this area right now. So we're going to cloak up. She's dead on hook, so that's a big win. I'm going to get more value off of this last hook over here. She's trapped in the corner. You never want to do that against a Wraith. So just take your time, trap her in there, and get the free hit. Let's cloak back up here because she's going to make it to that window if we didn't. And it looks, she's looking behind her, so maybe Dead Hard. Didn't look like she had Dead Hard though, or she missed it, I couldn't tell. I've got a basement right here, so we're going to utilize that to the best. Oh, we don't have a basement here. Never mind, I was wrong. Alright, cloak back up, and we're going to kick this door. And then we're going to do the rounds on the remaining generators. So just look at that generator, it's not running. Listen for that one, it is running, and is anyone on it? There is. So I'm going to go for the chase. I'll try and block her out of this pallet. It worked. You can do that with Wraith. If they don't drop the pallet instantly or they don't leave that loop, you can try and block them from dropping it, which is really nice. We're not going to recloak here because we're pretty close, and I don't think she's got anywhere to go. Again, we're going to check for Dead Hard, so you can fake it if you want. But other than that, just take your time with the swing. Oh, in saying that, I missed. And we lost it, so that's why you take your time with the swing. I'm going to leave that in because it doesn't matter. And we're just going to persist. We saw these two people working on this gen. And try and hide line of sight. Come behind them. And get right next to them before we uncloak. Alright, so that way we'll get a free hit 100%. But yeah, when you're early on in the stages of climbing the rank, if you find someone that's pretty competent, take your time with that first swing because it is vital that you... Okay, she just walked straight into us. So we're actually playing at a pretty high rank. I'm not sure how the MMR works exactly, but I'm at gold 2, so... haven't been pushing like crazy for Iridescent, but if I wanted to, I could get there. And with this series, you will definitely get there too. Alright, we're going to check on these gens one more time. I don't really see too much progress on that one. And we've ran into another person here. Going to do the same thing as before. Oh, I meant to not uncloak there. You really want to do that as Wraith. Fake the uncloak, and then use that extra speed to get them down, to get the pallets down. Alright, we're going to put her on the hook just here. Cloak back up. And head over towards that gen. Make sure they're not rushing it down, because that's the area they were lost in. Okay, we don't see it pumping too much. So one must be going for the save, either that or they're healing. So we're just going to do a quick loop, check on the other gens. And there's someone else. We want to try and get one hit before he gets her off the hook. Just like that. And then just get a second hit on him afterwards. You can maybe get a third hit on her, but we're not going to greed for it right now. We're just going to instantly hook him. So we don't have to worry about the other girl healing him up. Right, we just caught eyes of her. Be careful, on maps like this, you can always look at trees for scratch marks. They usually do climb up the trees, kind of, is what I'd like to say. Alright, so get straight on her once again. I'm going to fake it. She thought we uncloaked, but we didn't. Now I'm going to keep that movement speed and not have to cloak. That's what I was talking about before. Alright, there we go. We made her just use the pallet instantly. Could have respected it, but I felt like she was just going to drop it. She's getting a bit on edge. And we know none of the gens have any progress. We're just going to leave her right now and see what kind of progress these gens do have. Alright, yep. So we want to keep gen pressure up and keep them off these gens as best we can. And we don't want them to rush down one without us being there to know about it. I'm going to go for the person that can't make a window or anything else like that. Again, be safe with your swings. Don't get fake 360'd or normal 360'd. Just take your time and you'll get those hits. I'm going to cloak back up because he's going to make it to another loop. And we're just going to do... Yep. So we faked like we were going to go back that way once we uncloaked. But we actually decided to keep going this way because that's just what I felt was right. That's just a little mind game there. And sometimes it works really well. Just to get you that free down. Alright, so he goes on the hook. And that's only 2 people left with 2 gens. And this was actually my first game, guys. So no tricks or anything like that. This gen has got some progress. So that tells you that someone is possibly in the area. You can have a little scout out around the safest part around it. But other than that, you want to just either give it a kick or leave it and check back on it when they're not expecting you. One is injured right now, so you might need to think that they might be healing at this time. I'm going to check these last few gens, though. Alright, so we know that they don't have too much progress. They're not too close, so we need to check this one. And as you can see, there's a girl working on it. 2 girls working on it. Oh, wait, no, that's the same one. Now we're going to block the window. She took too long to make up her mind. Take time with that hit. Okay, so now is where you decide whether you want to push for the 4K or just stick with the 3K and potentially play the hatch game. I'm just going to play the hatch game because it's kind of boring to watch. Oh, lucky we have Iron Grasp for situations like this. It's going to reduce those struggling effects, saving you a second or 2, and then also giving you that 12%. Alright, so we're going to hook her now. Cloak back up. Now it's basically a hatch game. Wraith's actually pretty good at these hatch games, but again, it doesn't really matter. This is already a win. You're going to get a pip pretty much at this stage of the game, and you're going to make even closer to rank 1 than you were before. So I like to always check Shack first, and then you just start moving around the map. It's actually bad if you chase them because they can run into the hatch then, but it really doesn't matter too much. So we've found her now, but a smart player wouldn't actually attack her. They would keep looking for the hatch if they really want her to die. Just like that. And that is why we didn't hit her there. Because we would have hit her one time and she would have walked into that hatch straight away. So now we're going to get the kill instead. So for the purpose of this video, just to show how to rank up, I'm going to go ahead and kill her. But otherwise, I would have given her the hatch there. But so yeah, chasing someone actually gives you a disadvantage. If you hit them, they'll get a speed boost and potentially get away from you. So I believe that was max hooks, or pretty close to max hooks. So if you're getting that every game, that means you're going to be probably getting 2 pips. So if it says Merciless Killer, you've got double the amount of pips that anyone else. So there you go, Merciless Killer. So that is going to be 2 pips towards your ranking up. And then, yep. So we can see that we got 2 pips, 35k. And that was a really good overall game. Yeah, we got Iridescent in all the styles. So it's really nice, and that's going to help you get to rank 1. Alright, so now we'll move on to the game with some of the better perks. Alright, we're in our next game, this time on Midwich. So this one I'm using actually Bamboozle, because as I said in that last game, if you're at a place that has a shack, and you get looped there for a long time, Bamboozle is going to just prevent that. I also just wanted to say, before anyone gets in the comments and starts typing that rank 1 is a joke now, and it's, you know, all based on MMR or something like that. It still takes a certain level of skill to get rank 1. You need to be consistent, you need to not give up, and you need to have a basic killer understanding to at least make it there. So there we go, we faked that one, and we're really going to be trying in this game to do our best that we can. Not going to get faked there. We're just going to see if she goes for the window. Okay, it's good that we got that pallet out of the way. That's 2 pallets gone. No time in the thing. I should have been a bit more patient there, but I just wanted to go for it. Drop out this window. And this is going to be our first free hit. Just going to drop that pallet as well. We're not going to kick it just yet. Now we're going to kick it because we zoned her off into the corner. Going to give her less places to go. And now that's going to be a down. Check for dead hard. No dead hard. Put her down. There was someone working on this gen, so we're just going to give a quick look at it. Nope, we couldn't see anyone. Now we're just going to quickly hook her. Right next to this generator as well. Cloak back up. Now we haven't got any use out of our discordance yet. But I'm hoping that we will soon. Okay, we couldn't hear anyone up there, and we just happened to be around again. And as you can see, they're healing right at the hook. You don't really want to do this against a Wraith. We're going to take the down. Again, we're trying to play for rank 1. We're not trying to be nice. Let's get the hit on him as well. And I think we're going to go for two people down right now, because he's basically trapped himself off. Got nowhere left to go. Fake that way by looking with that direction and then putting him down. I'm going to try and get into this hook. We knew exactly where they were due to nurses calling there. Super nice because they never know when you're coming. They never know when to stop until it's already too late. All right. So now got her that we want to put on hook as well. That's Deadlock getting some value. Okay, flashbang. You want to look away from that. Make sure you don't get flashbang stave. Sorry. Okay. So now we don't want to go for the hit on the Atom because he is got a base kit borrowed time. We're going to get a free hit on him. I'm just going to double check that she's not getting saved instantly. Because we want some value out of her being on the hook. Alright, he waited a bit too long there. Getting some use out of Bamboozle now. Make sure he doesn't get the unhook. There we go. And we did just see this guy healing up just here. So we're going to cloak up. Try and do our best just now. That is a blocked door, my friend. Again, in this one, we're really trying to do the best that we can. We're not going to get too greedy now. I kind of made a mistake there, and he just held W. So we're not going to get too greedy. But we're well ahead of schedule, so we don't need to worry. I'm not trying to promote playing like an asshole. I'm just trying to promote no mercy. You don't really want to show mercy. You don't really want to give them any more chances than they do, because survivors are still really strong, and if you give them any chances to win, they'll take it. I should have cloaked up, so that's a mistake. Make sure you always do that. Otherwise, they will see you coming. And we're going to start checking gens now. I know this one has some progression to it, so I'm going to go ahead and kick it. Alright, and now we've got nurses calling up, so we're going to try and find out where they're healing and get a free down from that. You're going to, in maps like this, you want to be looking everywhere. Alright, we found the Atom, who still doesn't know that that door is blocked. And we're going to get a free down off of that. Now, the Ash still is injured, so we can still find him with nurses calling. Just need to get in that 28-meter range. Alright, we're just going to look around right now for him. See if they're healing. To get that double pip, you want to try and get the max amount of hooks, so you don't really want to camp. But if they are pressuring that thing and they're really altruistic, you don't want to show mercy and just let them off the hook. Alright, so they walk straight into me here, which is unfortunate for them. We're actually going to go for the Ash. He's in front. He can't have off the record right now. So he's just going to go down like that. Easy as. You can start to take more time as you get more and more ahead. So 3 people left, 1 down, and 4 gens remaining still. It's going to take a while. We would have actually got wiggled off here if he had have been wiggling, because we had no gens close. So that's something you got to be cautious of in maps like this and RPD as well. Sometimes it's really hard to get to a hook. So that's 2 people dead now. So really, they're going to be probably playing for the hatch game. One of them is definitely going to die. Pretty much nothing they can do about it. Okay, they just popped that gen above me. Oh, look, here's the Meg, and she's going to have sprint burst 100%. So we're going to fake that so we can keep on top of her. And we just waited out her entire sprint burst. It was basically like it was nothing. There's no pallet here. We know that from before. I'm not going to cloak up just yet until we see where she went. She dropped down. That was never a good idea because she gets stagger. And we're going to get her for free. Now, for this game, we're going to go a bit more try hard and see if we can find this last Adam. Because he is injured. And that's just like that. He's going to go down here for 100%. And you're going to get an extra hook because of that. And that's going to increase your chances to get to rank 1. So definitely keep that in mind. You want to try and go for 4K if you can, but don't get too greedy. If there's 1 gen left and they could potentially escape instead of just getting 1 kill, don't greed that hard. But if you can manage to get the extra kill, that's going to do you quite good. Cloaking up in Wraith is a good way to find people. It takes a lot of noise out. I heard her just here somewhere. There she is, in the bush hiding. And that's going to be another 4K. So, yeah, guys, Wraith is an amazing killer, don't get it wrong. I know that he might be at the bottom of some tier lists, and he might not be as strong as others. But as long as you're keeping gen pressure up on the map, you're not letting them rush down gens right in front of you. Discordance is a really good perk for that, because they can't do it too quickly while you're in chase with someone else. You're going to have a great time on him, and you're going to get to rank 1, no worries. You just need to learn some basic techniques with him, and don't commit to one person for too long if they're doing too good of a job at chasing you, because you have got that surprise ability factor and you need to use that. It's a big part of it, and it's going to help you a bunch. So that is what happened this game. I didn't get 2 pips, but again, it was a bit of a shorter match, so that's usually what happens. Yeah, we didn't get too many chases, so that one was unfortunately not 2 pips, but again, a win is a win and we'll take it. And yeah, we just ended that game super quick. Let me know if there's anything I missed in the comments below, and let me know if you guys like this longer sort of unedited gameplay where I explain everything I'm going through, be a bit more meticulous with it, try and give you every bit of insight that I can into the game and how you can play well. As you can see, these guys were playing a pretty meta builds. I mean, this was a bit of a meme one. Then we've got Dark Sense here, which is this wasn't using pretty meta / meme builds. So, you know, 4 perks that are all pretty decent, and yeah, you can just win against these teams. They also had 2 sabotage toolboxes, so yeah, you can win against basically anyone. You just need to really get locked in on those mind games. Don't be looped for too long, and just keep on top of the gen's pressure, and always get those surprise hits and attacks. Have a great time leveling up in the early game, and then hopefully in the late game you've got your skills narrowed down and ready to lock in and get that rank 1. I hope this does help, guys. If it does, please subscribe and like. Really means the world to me. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs again, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next one. And also, I forgot to mention one last thing. Streams now at 7 to 9 a.m. AEST time, not PM anymore, because I'm going to try and stream for 4 hours in the morning and then do my video and upload it then. So try and tune into one of those if you do want to, and I'll see you guys then in the next one. Peace, guys.